gosh. It's been like a week since we've played this, right? I think so. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mossy. Hi, Higuma. And Higuma, thank you for the 73 months. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I hope you've all been well. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. I had a brief moment where I was like, wait, why do we have 2 save files? We only have 1. This is an autosave. This one doesn't count. We only have the 1. I'm a fool. Okay. Sorry, Oz just like shook his entire body and just like, it was so violent. It was so loud. And they recovered from being sick. Oh, good. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're feeling better. And hi, 99th. I'm doing pretty well, I think. Just wanting to play like Tavern Talk and just hang out a little bit, you know? That was so loud. Hello? Anyways, it's time. Let's start the day. You're playing Monster Hunter as you do. I wonder who we'll see first. Happy Pride. Happy Pride to you as well. Oh, it's Clay. Hello, Clay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? I did. It took ages for you to fall asleep. I was too excited thinking about our adventure. But I slept really well. Happy to hear that. Tia, did you sleep? She passed out right after she had some soup. I hoped that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs for my divine mission in my dreams. Clay is very important, I think. I think so too. He's grown on me a lot. Did she? I don't remember. Sounds like you slept well then. Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful. Let's get started. Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup. Then I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. Oh. Well, I hope Ondu enjoyed that soup. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Oh, we didn't get to do anything with that soup. Of course. Did you two enjoy your soup? Very much. Clay is quite the talented chef, even though eating it did make me very tired. And Tia is a good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had a lot of time to talk. It was nice. What did you talk about? Friendship bracelets, I hope? Not quite. Many things. Like I thought it'd be fun to make her niece one of my little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with the flower dresses and mini axes. Those... Okay. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's gonna make little star lamps for my parents' garden. Is that so? He offered to cook for my family. And I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now? Oh, that sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before? No, not thus far, though I've always wanted to. Our snow dragon building competitions are famous. Snow dragon building? Oh, that sounds so cute. Mossy, thank you for the 50 stream streak. Very appreciated. I've never heard of those. Oh. But they do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favorite stories the Elysian told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals. Along with it, he bestowed the power of elemental manipulation upon his chosen. I vaguely recall there being another version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead. Blasphemous heresy is all that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he's given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame. And it just happens to still be burning in an ancient temple in the Highlands. Keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, and with a local guide no less. You want to see this meat mountain of a man make a dragon out of snow? I know, that would be so cute! Ooh. Legends or clerics with the... Look at those S's. Look at those S's. Say that the first flame Leviathan ever bestowed upon mankind still burns in a temple in the Highlands. Ooh. Okay. Do we have anything else about the Highlands? I don't think so. Ooh. I've never visited it before either, but I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from there. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about? I'm sure he can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. I have one more question. Fine, one more. Ooh, fun. What's your favorite food? We're on the topic of cooking. Why? Are you considering updating your menu? No, I'm just curious. At least you're honest about your intentions. Potato soup. The Elysian used to make some for me on cold winter's day. It tastes like home. Home being the aperture? Yes, exactly. Have you lived there all your life? Does your family live there too? No, I moved there when I was 7 years old. When a cleric discovered I was chosen, I was given a proper education. But my parents and the local clergy could only teach me so much. With my natural affinity for Cassiopeia, being taught by the Order of Starlight in their stronghold at the Aperture just made sense. From then on, I was taught diligently by the Elysian and her celestial cardinals. And potato soup was always a warm reward for a demanding day. So now you eat it often? No, it's a reward, and such things should not be handed out abundantly. The joys of life don't require an occasion. So true! Life is about more than just pleasure. I disagree. As you are wont to do. I'll make you some potato soup soon. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. Thank you. Oh, we got more information about her. She's a seraph residing in the Aperture, a stronghold of Cassiopeia. Her curriculum must have been full of history lessons about the world surrounding us, but apparently she never learned how to cook. Contrary to her appearance, her favorite meal is actually quite simple. Potato soup. Aw, that's kind of really adorable. That's kind of really adorable. Now, the quest. Of course. Would you like some potato soup for your journey? Do you actually have any? No. Don't make promises you can't keep. Sorry. So I'm assuming you're going together. Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he is not practiced in the ways of a divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? That'd make for a fun story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself. Who would make her potato soup then? Exactly. I ship them. That makes sense. Plus, I need to meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat. They like to eat you. Why would I need hobbies? I have destiny to partake in. I don't have time for such trivial things. Girlies versus the most autistic himbo you've ever seen to unpack her trauma. Yes, exactly. You see the vision. You understand. You understand. He can fix her / positive. Absolutely. Only if they're hungry. Could you at least try to be reasonable? I am. Local creatures can be very helpful. I know they can be dangerous too. Of course it's important to have your guard up, so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some extra charisma too, so we can convince them to help us out. I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tested that one out, actually. We could test it for you. Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. The name Bleak Stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them. If that's of concern, I could offer you some citron. It's infused with divine properties that'll bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creature should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak. Citron can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How would you even have access to that? Oh, you know. No, I don't. Anyway, I think both of your strategies could work. Strength and Citron will let you fight your way through any danger in no time. But the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer a more unconventional solution. Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue. Sure. I'm gonna go with the one that Clay suggested. With the honey flowers. Are these the honey flowers? I hope so. Oh. We don't want the strength. We want the honey flower one. Is that 1,000 wins? Defense and charisma. That one's only 2 defense. They want a 3 defense one. We could do first snow. Okay. And then we need one of those, and then all of the defense we can possibly put in. Hi, Leah. I think that satisfies what they want. I would love to hear the story about you befriending those bleak stalkers. Or at the very least, how their teeth were no match against your armor, or your pecs. Plus, this worked well for you last time, Tia. Let's hope I'll be lucky again. Fine, I trust your judgment, Innkeeper. Good, you should. Thank you for all your help, Innkeeper, but we should get going now. Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry? Yesterday I met Fable at the farmer's market and they helped me pick out the right vegetables for the soup. And then they invited me to their barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. So we need to make it back in time for that. Oh. You can always leave early if it takes too long. And what about you? What about me? You're also coming. I have to work. You also have to eat. Saving the world is bound to make you hungry. And you might even have fun. Who knows? I will consider it. Let's hurry then. Let's. Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time? Of course. I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again. Oh yeah, Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets. I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest. It shall be so. See you soon. Oh. Wrong, you have soup to eat, dummy. Oh, ew. I don't want to talk to him. Greetings, Innkeeper. Ugh. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help these farmers out? You like this game? It's really cute. Wait, Iguma, I have to show you what my favorite character. Hold on. This is Scully. He's a skeleton and he's an archivist. He's really great. He's really funny. He's also like a total gentleman. Oh my god, he's so good. He's wonderful. When you meet him, you will love him so much. This guy sucks. We don't like Archie. Oh yes, talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead I helped them with reconstructing their lands, barns, and houses. With my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. You're right, a drink like that is still missing from my recipe book. Let me think of something. Oh, thank you dearly. Steel tonic. Whoa. The buff party tank of your dreams. Its cooling qualities mixed with a surprisingly spicy aroma boosts your vitality to new heights and leaves you impenetrable to damage. That is, if they are even fast enough to hit you. Whoa. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. The one shapeshifter that looks like they're a 4chan user, we'll get to them. It feels like I'm in a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories on my bookshelf. Magic and adventures surrounding me with every step, and unknown lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting. But now I'm just daydreaming. Originally I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course, what would you like? Preferably something that'll help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did. Well, I presume it did something, but those splinters were a real nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. Okay, so what does he want? Defense? He wants pure defense. I might do the Frosted Lagoon. Any physical and spiritual harm. Let's do it. There we go. Protection against your arch nemesis, splinters. Here you go. Ha, I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Oh my god. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Winmura as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence. I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. Please don't bring your friend. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. Oh? You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved in the whole Diria mainland negotiations. Hi, Conqueror. Hello. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Diria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. But if you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere with his decisions, so... Now he doesn't have any bodyguards, and I would like to help him. But honestly, I have no idea what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money, just like the farmers didn't. Escort buddy. A diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. Ooh. Spicy. Dark Shadow, thank you for the 46 months. I really appreciate that. Your face hurts? Oh no. Are you okay? He's got more than enough of it as is. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. Splendid idea. I like how you think, Innkeeper. I just knocked over the fan under my desk. Oops. Oh my god, give me a second. Okay, we're good. Wondering what that was? Yeah. Big box fan, so that, you know, less hot. Big fan. Less hot. Because it's warm, because it's summer, and there's not an air conditioner in this room. You got 3 root canals yesterday? Oh my god. That's so many. That's so many. I don't think we've ever had a root canal. I hope we never have to get one. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough, even with your magically infused drinks. He might need more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right. I could just hang up a quest on your pinboard. And then some brave adventurers will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to do the job. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of the heroic adventurer himself, does it? Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You've got a fair point. Also, it's always easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. That's true! Oh my gosh. That's why suddenly we had a ton of, like, AO3 fics that we were able to write about, because we were able to write about, you know, things that were happening just from a different lens. So that's why we suddenly had a ton of AO3 fics that we were able to post. Oh my gosh. It is so much easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. 100%. I think Archie would like AO3 himself. True. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enticing offer? Getting taught by the Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves? It's more than I could ever have dreamed of. They also mentioned another friend of theirs, an imposing Vukakin lady named Carolyn. Do you know her by any chance? Oh, Care? Yes, I know her quite well. She's quite the local legend. She's a regular. A regular? Oh, innkeeper, you're just full of surprises. This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently, Lady Carolyn is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling. I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting. Don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? That would be so helpful. I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time. Trust me. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration. I'm always happy to help. Until then, innkeeper. See you next time, adventurer. Thank God. Oh, hello. Oh, you're delightful. Anyway, hey, how's it going? Hello, come on in. Who are you? This is a cute little tavern, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable. I am glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? Can you ask me something? Yeah. What are we asking? What is the question? Of course. I feel like this game is like so like... This is like being a streamer, you know? Being an innkeeper like this is just like being a streamer. People come and go, you say hi, you talk about things, you learn about them, and then, you know. Top surgery scars spotted. I don't know if that's top surgery scars or if they're just, what's it called? I don't know. You've been learning to do pixel art and you were wondering if you could do some fan art? Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, we'd love fan art. That would be so sweet. Absolutely. No issues at all about fan art. Also, pixel art is so wonderful. Oh my gosh, we can't wait to see. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind. Pixel art is actually one of our favorite art styles. We really, really like that pixel aesthetic, so that's actually wonderful. Might take a while till it's done, of course. No worries, no rush. It's very kind of you to like ask about that. It's so difficult. It is, but it's so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. Our phone wallpaper is actually pixel art, and has been for, gosh, a year and some now. I don't remember. A while. Quite some time, really. Anyways, let's continue meeting this guy. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? For sure, but I do enjoy the cozy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the big city sometimes. I get that. Are you new in town? I am. How'd you know? It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here, that's all. I just took a guess. Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe. You get me? Oh, I do. That's why I settled here on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. So, you run this business, Innkeep? Correct. Just me, my familiar, and this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course. Of course. And with whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars? Who knows? Maybe. The name's Voyage, but you may call me... Voy. Hi. Oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna be a problem. Alright, Voy. Got it. What can I do for you today? Well, I mean, a drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me you haven't heard of me. Not yet, I'm afraid. I suppose I should have? I'm the Voy, the famous bard. Ring any bells? Oh, of course he's a bard. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Nope. Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. He's such a flirt. I'm seeing that. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. Listen. This one definitely I think I would want to smooch. Anyway, what better way to do so than with a fine drink made by the finest innkeeper? Hi. You're a real sweet talker, aren't you? I guess I am. Yeah. Wait, he's a little embarrassed about it. That's cute. Is there something specific you would like? No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming. Oh no. Oh no. You can hear the blush on my face. Stop! No. Listen, okay. Oh gosh. Hold on. What's his card? He's the son. Of course he's the son. Oh my god. Okay, we have to figure out a drink for this man. Ugh. I want to make him... he wants pure charisma. I want to make him... I feel like the spoken heart is probably good. Great for bards. Ooh. Wait, here we go. Getting flustered. Listen. Oh my god. But like... Look at him. He's really pretty. Okay? He's really pretty. And he's a tail. Listen. I'm a sucker for a man with this. Anyway. Oh my god. May this drink give you an untwistable silver tongue. Horns too. I know. And the ears with the jewelry and the eyes. And that, wait, whenever he does like a smile. Oh, hello. That one right there. That I can't. I can't. Design is peak. True. Oh my god. Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. And he does the little, the heart. The hand heart, the finger heart thing that like K-pop idols do. He's just... Oh god. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. Will it boost my charisma even further? You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards and get another drink. Oh, now you're teasing me? No. How about you tell me more about you now? Didn't you want me to get to know you better? Hold on tight to your counter, innkeeper, because I'm about to knock your socks off. Bring it on. So, right in front of you is the one and only Voy, traveler of lands, stealer of hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Hizoa. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add. Uh-huh. I'm fairly impressed. Of course you are. Might ask for an autograph later then. But what brings you here, Voy? As I said, I just needed a breath of fresh air. A short break from the big city. Is it hard being famous? Not really, no. Maybe a little bit sometimes. Oh. But making music and performing is my job, and I absolutely love it. So it's not a big deal, really. It just makes me cherish the quieter moments. That is so true. No, that's actually so true, because like it's the pure dichotomy of like really enjoying like being out in the world, being a performer, being like someone that everybody looks at, everybody sees like all of that. And then you just all you want to do is go home and like I just want to snuggle. You know? Oh my god. That's so real. That's so true. You want to just turn it off for a minute. Ugh, he gets it. Makes sense to me. Okay, so what more information do we have? A very famous bard working in the capital. He needed a short break from all the fame and troubles being a musician comes with, and ended up here in Zenith. He's a particularly flirty fellow, though he falters when you happen to match his energy. Aww. If you had your camera on, I sense your entire face may be red from blushing from Voy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, maybe a little. Oh gosh. Would it be cool if I kept you in your little familiar company for a bit? Absolutely. Make yourself at home. Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, he's still here. Hi. Oh, hi. Who are you? Nice tattoos. Hello there, traveler. What can I get you? Usually it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humor you. You're missing fingers. Well, this is my tavern. And it has come a long way. Love the color of the walls. A new coat. It's been a good few years since my last renovation. But yes, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Thought so. What is life if not the constant changing of the self? That's true! Oh my god. How I missed your endless wisdom, Quincy. I can only imagine, innkeeper. You look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink? Yeah, a long journey. Surprise me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. Wait, what's your card? Do I not have you yet? Okay. Charismatic as your little establishment. Well, that should be... we should do a spoken heart again then, shouldn't we? I feel like bad serving the same drink, but whatever. I know, where are his fingies? What happened? What's the story there? I'm so curious. Here you go, liquid charisma, my specialty. This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a good deal since last time. Practice makes perfect, after all. Indeed. Sorry, voice just distracting me in the corner over here. Hi. What brings you to this corner of the world? Ah, I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar little bird. They're said to only reside in this neighborhood. Or continent, rather. What bird? The golden loon. Ooh. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a big lake. That's where they usually hang out. But only in Fazoa. Hence why I came all this way. Oh, plumage of gold, glistening in lights of day, a traveler's bold. That would be a very poetic way to greet them. You want to kiss voice so bad, lock in, streamer. I am locked in. His whole shirt is open, and he's got this beautiful moon necklace, and like, I don't know. He's wearing far too many rings, and I love that. I have a problem. I have a type, and it's men that are bad for me. Tell that to the stupid song of Vigor Guild. They didn't like it? Nah, they didn't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext. But isn't that what lyrical works are all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for others to take in? And only if you push away the layers and read between the lines will you find the true meaning? Exactly my thinking. That is so true. It's just that now, I'm afraid that they'd laugh at me. Oh. Or remember me as the bard without a heart. All because they don't understand. You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. True. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death. It stops life. True. Do you enjoy your art? Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too. I, for one, greatly enjoyed your Golden Loon haiku. Me too. Aw, Innkeeper, thank you. You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. Oh my god, speaking wisdom. There will always be those who don't get it and those who find themselves in it. Very true. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself. Yes. Yes, exactly. That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagined all this so differently. Way easier for sure. Moving from Tregerin, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I've always dreamt of joining the SOV Guild. And then they promptly rejected me. But I'm Voyage, and I don't give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share my music. All I need is me and my Hagrum. That's right, I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. My 2 cents, live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions. That's what I'm doing. Good. But, unfortunately, I have to leave now. Gotta find these loons before it gets dark. It was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, Innkeeper, and be safe out there, Voyage. You too. Hi, oh my god. Nice guy, know you. Yes, he's an old friend. Didn't know you do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too, Innkeeper? Not yet. No, I want to say yes. Oh. Maybe one day. Oh. Oh my god. Welcome back. Quick, Innkeep, your strongest drink. This is an emergency. Oh god, what happened? What happened? Baya! It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line. Not lives? Listen, Innkeep, I'll tell you the story, don't worry. But you gotta be a little patient because Baya really needs a drink first. Yes, please. What do you need? The same as last time? Oh, that one was really delicious. I don't remember what it was. I'd love to taste it again, please. Got it. I'll get you something that'll make you feel as sturdy as a tree bark again. Oh god, I don't remember what we made. Oh god, I don't remember which one we made for her. Was it the first snow? Or was it the frosted lagoon? I feel like it was the lagoon because she is a lagoon, you know? Oh god, I'm so nervous I'm gonna make her the wrong drink. I love Baya so much. And the fact that Baya and Una are showing up together, hello? They are such a couple. Hold on, I have to pet Andu. He's so cute. Look at his eyeballs sparkle. I love him. I really do love him. Okay. There you go. My strongest drink to the rescue. Thank you. This is good. Oh, thank the dragons. That pause made me so nervous. I really thought they would mess it up. Thanks for having so much faith in me, Una. Ah, you're welcome. Papaya, are you feeling better now? Yes, at least a little bit. That's good to hear. Please fill me in on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset, Baya, and you have to endure the Bloomtide Festival every year. You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. We three have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. Uh-oh. But now... Ugh. Oh god. Very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's okay. How about I tell them what's going on, Baya? Oh no. So you don't have to strain yourself? Thank you. Oh no. Okay, so, sweet Baya over here has had this long-lasting group of friends, right? Right? They're a trio, inseparable for at least a few hundred years. And they're an adorable trio, might I add. The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Mary Morgan. Ah, yes, the Mary Morgan, the wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I've heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though. Yep, that's right. Anyways, the Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a couple. So I figured. Have been for a while. I recall them coming by once or twice. Oh no. But right now, how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute. For some reason, the two have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Baya's monthly tea parties, insisting they'll only come if the other isn't invited. That's so cruel. Why? I don't know. It's like they don't like each other anymore. And soon they won't like me anymore either. It does smell like a breakup. Let's not catastrophize. Or I don't know how to say that word. It's fine, whatever. I don't want my friend group to fall apart. People have always left me. Oh, because I scare them. Oh, darling. I don't want them to leave me too. Oh no. Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a loving couple most of the time, but their current fight has their best friend Baya very worried. Okay, wait a minute. We have a quest now. So we have the Mary Morgan, we have the talking about the Mary Morgan, and then we have the talk about the Banshee. That's a quest. That's a quest. Let's go. Now, I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper. Don't worry, Baya. They've been together for so long, they must have already solved numerous arguments. They'll get through this one too. They're right, they've been through worse. But... oh, look at Baya crying. What if they're wrong? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? Oh, I just wish there was something I could do to help them. If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hi, I'm Voy. That's short for Voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous. Hi. No. Doesn't ring any bells. Sorry. Anyway. So, Baya, that's your name, right? Mm-hmm. What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Like, you seem really chill. Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been nice to me. I trust them. And I've known Una for a while now. Didn't she pick endangered flowers from your backyard last time you met? Yes. The bouquet was really cute. I know, right? You meet a lot of people when you travel across the lands looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Baya is also really cute under all that moss and kelp. Oh, shush. I mean, you might look a little terrifying, that's true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they'd want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they try to burn me. Luckily, I don't scar easily. Ooh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. Exes leaving you, but you always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons, people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. You don't say, kid. But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always something to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Baya is made out of a swamp and lives on a swamp, and Una looks like she lives in a bunker. Why the fuck would they have heard of you? Yeah, that's so true. You should come to visit sometimes, Voy. That's short for voyage. Just Voy is fine. Do you want to come too, Una? I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old bones than a nice swamp bath. Hee hee hee. Do you get a lot of customers? No. None. Oh. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise your spa at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, Baya. Oh my god, I love him. But let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? This situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator. I can absolutely hang up a quest for you if you want. That would be great. Thank you so much. Of course, making my patrons happy is part of my job. Now who's the sweet talker, huh? But now I have to wait, right? Yes, unfortunately. How about you show us around your spa in the meantime? It would be my pleasure. And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends. Oh, we have more information about Baya. A bit shy due to some bad experiences with other people. That led to her having only a small group of friends. And now that they're fighting, she's afraid of ending up alone again. Working through her fears, she invited my customers to her spa. I bet her mud masks are out of this world. Absolutely 99. I do love that her card is the lovers. And we're now like having, this like lovers quarrel. That's so... I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends. No pressure. Hi, MPR. Thank you for the 98 months. I really appreciate it. You're so close to 100. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. There's a millennium-long relationship on the line. Remember that. Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. See you then, Innkeep. Bye, boy. Yeah, see ya. Bye, Una. Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is after a mud mask. You think I can take my crochet hook with me? Here they go. Off to the spa. Alright, it's quest time. So, we have Mary Morgan with the Banshee. So there's that one. Mary Morgan, known for her passion for drowning trespassers, and the Banshee, singer of bone-shattering songs in the Lonesome Lagoon, are two terrifying creatures in love. But because of a mysterious dispute, their relationship is on the line, and their best friend, the Swamp Witch Baya, would do anything to help keep her friend group from shattering. Couples counselor sorely needed. Perfect. We can make another? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh gosh. I don't know. I feel like these two are connected. Oh gosh, I don't know. Is it maybe these three? I don't think any of the rest of them are connected. Maybe? Oh, perfect. Okay. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Dyria to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinal rhinos can't exactly be held responsible. The ambassador tasked with solving this mess is a young noble, and his worried best friend insists he is still in dire need of a new personal guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travelers lately, if those travelers are cattle anyway. Maybe? I guess. I suppose that was the quest. Undo! Oh. Perfect. Okay. It takes 2 or 3. Oh boy. Wonder if Voi's gonna come back. Melly! Oh, hi, Melly. Oh. Bazoa's best detective duo has returned. Welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Aura now. Oh my gosh. Because he's giving you migraines? Oh no. No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. He was John for a little while, 99th. Aura taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble, you taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something... Something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Okay, so big brain time. I think Melly deserves a sparkling nebula. These ones are cute. Perfect. Andu goes sparkly. As like another generic white dude name, yeah. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I'm longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct? Correct. So what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual. Alright, give me a second. I'll be right back. Are we doing another spoken heart for him? Yeah, we are. As usual, it has become the spoken heart. Here you are. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly, he likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course, then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst in the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Huh. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Oh my gosh. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. No. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Oh my gosh. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen, too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the docks, so we made our way there. He was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched as it tried to sneak onto a cargo ship. It behaved weird. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. We started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies. Or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms sent by a sea witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seemed to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to go pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, innkeeper. Oh gosh, I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And? Did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something that you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! Silent owl. Ooh. Ooh. That's really cool. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. Ooh, okay. Very funky. Okay, and here are... Okay. More quests. Oh wait, we have something else too. Okay, those are just those. Got it. That's very useful. That's what I thought. Anyways, Aura and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kinda had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change her mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly, but right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Aura hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room. Good call. Heh. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dog from the docks. But now we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble, or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought, too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, a little rascal, how did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. Oh my god. And then he said, very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer. So as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." I kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. Don't know if I would have been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all of the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain, and I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded. You are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You were also accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and their other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to him. That's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. Melly would like Ace Attorney. I think so too. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine her playing like little Ace Attorney? Like she just whips out a Nintendo DS at the bar. Oh my god. And you figured that out all by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just there to investigate. But it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Uh-oh. Yeah. But obviously none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped them set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. Hold on a moment. Okay, sorry. I had to respond to someone. I thought... Am I insane? I thought that this was already... like, decided. Hold on. I'm looking at something because I was just like invited to be in a drag show, but like I thought that this cast was already like decided for something else. Aw, I'm so confused. Whatever, I have to tell them that I can't do this one. This is so sad. That's tragic. Oh well. There will be more shows. That's so sad. We really wanted to do that show too. Ugh. Unfortunate. I think that we like mentioned that we were able to do it, but this person like traditionally puts together the showcast like forever in advance and makes the group chats and stuff, and like they had already posted stuff for like way out past this date, so I guess we assumed that we weren't cast in this show, and we already made plans for that day for a different thing that's happening that were like locked in like last week basically. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee and then we're gonna continue this little story bit. Thank you for the hydrate, but now I'm gonna have to take another sip of coffee because I don't want the taste of water. Ugh. Gross. Okay. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals, but I think they got it eventually. So, all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that, it makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. He found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish, Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. You might enjoy some company, so thank you two very much. Oh my god, look at him! Look at him! I love him. Oh shoot, sorry. What did that say? I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh. Wait, that's something they have in common. That their parents both died. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh. Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day. Before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives. Just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Oh, we have information about Melly? As is fitting for a young detective, she's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth leads her to attach to the people around her rather quickly. On a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon. Oh. Like a detective's guild. No. Ooh, we have more information about Aura. Even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm. Even though the rules of the Shadow Bane's Thieves Guild and murderous oaths were all he knew for a long time, maybe they'll consider an alternative career in the future. A detective's assistant, for example. Yeah. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fizoa. I'm sure of that. Oh, hi, Hax. And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But it doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Fizoa, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I am Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Ah. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. Humph, yeah. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add. One of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh, wow. But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Fizoa's best detective went mad. He's lying, isn't he? That's very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? I considered it for a moment. No way. But I decided for myself that his words were fairly implausible. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Thank the dragons. For a second, I really lost my faith in you there, Innkeeper. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. I agree. Oh my god. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. So you want a brain one. Oh wait, don't we have a new drink? A silent owl? Ooh, wait. I don't know if we want to do that one though. I feel like we want to do the nebula. Plus Andu will start sparkling then. Oh wait. Why did Andu not sparkle? That was weird. There you go. This should do the trick. Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Oh. Then, can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call it a fireball, a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles. I want to see that. I would maybe advise you two to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real big show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Aura, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf. You're missing out, though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. I don't care how big the room is. I cast Fireball. No, really. Okay. Care! Hi! Oh my gosh, where are you headed? In keep? Care? Is quest up for taken? Sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course, I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Diria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Well. Fine. There's nothing this great sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that, Innkeep. Depends on who's in the room. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too... edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something, you know, something for my aura. Gotcha, it's on the house this time. Is it the same? Are we doing another spoken heart? Yeah, we are. As we do. I really do like him. He's such an interesting character. Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Care? I'd like to know more about the chasmscape that's the path to Diria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me neither, actually. Really? Do you think I'd never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Diria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Diria have become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Diria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way, depending on what truly is going down in Diria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion if you added something for the brains to it. Though I'd be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defenses won't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed. Great against any bandits or bridges. Ooh, wait, okay, so we have more information about her. Sounds like something my Baba would have chosen. Not that she would have needed it. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that'd get me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Innkeep? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. And think about it, we will. We're gonna take a little break, a little BRB, and when we come back, we will mix this drink, and it will be wonderful. Okay, perfect. Ads are done, which is always a good thing. Which means back to Tavern Talk. Alright, so we have two different types of ones here that we could give her. I also want to read this. She inherited that huge greatsword from her grandma, whom Care lovingly calls Baba. Grandma must have been a true hero, devoted to both her strength and the dragons. Naturally, Care has very high expectations of herself. Luckily, she allows herself some breaks every now and then. So we have 2 different drink possibilities for her. So she wants something with brains and a little charisma and some speed, which would probably be the 1,000 Wins, right? No, that's not a brain one. This one. So it'd be the Peak Sunrise. Or probably the... oh, not that one. For snow? No. Yeah, okay, so Steel Tonic or Peak Sunrise. I think I want to give her the Peak Sunrise. And that one would be with the golden feathers. So, we need this. And then we need this. There it is. I think I want to give her this one. Let's let wits, wind, and some kind words guide your way. Let's. Rhea! Where are you headed? Oh, are they gonna go together? Diria, some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Aye, Innkeep. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Boggin' crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? Are they gonna fight? I'd love you to. Come on now, just go together. Who asked ye? Exactly. Your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together, one takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. If it comes to it. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows, so... sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroads of Temis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. You're a brooding fella, aren't ya? This is just who I am. I've met fellas like you before, you're all the same. Often you've got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Innkeep. Rhea? Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No. Dreading what might be inside? Didn't really have the time yet. Suddenly your lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Oh, ew. Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything. Even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you? I would agree. That and wanderlust is the reason why I've decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Diria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea's enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with Care. That one. Oh, Carolyn. Phenomenal. I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me and it feels like my duty to aid him. Oh, he's gay. Can he even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. Okay, we have more information. Turns out Archie is not only an avid reader, but also an aspiring author. To fulfill his dream and acquire more inspiration for his works, he's determined to go on a real quest. Good thing his childhood friend is in dire need of brave adventurers to help him out. Oh my god. I don't like him. The wolf would hate it. So sure thing, come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. Oh, how the turntables. Stop! Stop! No. You cannot take the phrase that we always say. How dare you? Me going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading a book about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I'll have to tell when I return, Innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell, see you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There's one, but it involves social conflict resolution. Sure. Stop making noises. Sure, whatever. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. Oh. I already paid you with a story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little more violence. I don't think I'll be doing that. Fable! Hiya, Innkeeper. Hiya, Fable. Hiya, Mal. Hi. Yeah. Never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Aura is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Aura? John, Malachite, that guy. Oh, nice name. Thank you. But, if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course. Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes. So you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you could ever have alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what actually is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. It's simple. Baya is worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mari Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them. Baya is friends with the Mari Morgan? Best friends. Ah, so we need to talk to the Mari Morgan. And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. So you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know about math to dispute that. Speaking of math-ish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those Fey crystals, the one that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid its social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I enjoyed the whole clever detective thing last time. Maybe. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. No, but people should talk about those things too. It's not just so black and white, you know? I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. True! I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe, Innkeeper, Clay mentioned that you have Thunder Sage? That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I admit it, it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Aura, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry, so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise. Let me think about it. I want to go with the inspiring one. So, I believe it's the star shards. So we need... Oh, what are the infusions? The Fey Crystal. That's the invisibility one. Thunder Sage. Okay. And then we need... the... Some nice soup will fix him. I think so too. No, that's not the one we need. What are we doing here? I guess 1,000 wins. Oh. We could do the Sunny Breeze. I think that one will work. And then we just need one of these. And there it is. I think a direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Yes, yes it is. Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes. I encountered her before. So she'll remember you. Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be smarter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good, but we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Sora. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Ah. Burned to death. I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh wow, that must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First I thought I was going to die, then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. Chat, communicate with people, right? The whole, like, even if they don't want to talk to each other again, like, they should still have a conversation about it and, like, how to move forward. Like, just leaving someone and, like, not communicating, that kind of thing is... It's a horrible thing to do to people. It really is. Because it's like... I don't know. Just walking away and avoiding the conflict altogether so that you don't get your feelings hurt in the process, but you're not sparing the other person as well. You're literally just taking away their choice. You're just literally hurting them, and you don't care. That's just, I think it's just really cruel to do to people, to just like not communicate where you're at and be like, sorry, like I don't think we should talk anymore. And, like, not have a conversation about it. Especially if there's someone that, like, you claim to care about or whatever. I don't know. That's my 2 cents, though. And people who do that are just sad. And it sucks that that's how they have to live because they can't face themselves. It's just sad. And I feel sorry for people like that. Anyway. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. And when I finally was brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the fuckers who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. They're right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these 2 lovebirds back together. At least for now. I think I need to go. Prepare for our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Whatever, time to go. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. True. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him while you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run, or hide, or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. I love this game so much because that is literally so true. That is literally so true. People who care about you want to be there for you when you're scared or upset or anything. Not telling them because you're scared that you're being a burden or whatever, that's so... They just want to be there for you. You know? Let people care about you. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. You have to try anyway. I don't know what else to do. Just keep going. Change doesn't happen overnight, nor is it a straight line you can just follow to some magical end. We never stop growing into better versions of ourselves. There's no shame in that. I hope one day I'll grow into a version of myself I can like. That version of you already exists, right here in front of me. All you have to do is love them. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. You don't have to punish yourself for still having room to grow. You're already enough. Don't join the voices of people who have made you feel like you're not. You're right. I'm harder on myself than I am on anyone else. If someone acted like this towards my friends, I'd be mad. And you're my friend, so please be nicer to Fable. They deserve it. I'll try. Thank you, Innkeeper. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. No. Care. Hi. Morning. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Not much. Think your drink made me restless. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Rhea and I'll be escorting some rich assholes to Dyria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, we'll be escorting some rich idiot to Dyria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Because his friend's leaving? Must really be craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Uh-oh. Great. Is it too late to back out? Oh, no. No, would you like to? I guess. And feel free. Rhea is going to eat that kid alive. And I'm a woman of my word. You want me to tell you that you have to do this? I'm afraid you'll have to make that decision yourself. Mm-hmm. Fine, I'll go. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boost shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. You think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna slay another guardian? Maybe. That would be intense, right? What kind did you like to fight this time? Not sure. I feel like I already met the one I was looking for. What could be a greater fight than slaying a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the Realm Keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that. You? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else, for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow Dragons enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. I think Leviathan. Why? You like snakes? I do. I also enjoy elemental magic, and swimming, and chaos. What was that last one? Swimming. Right. But I suspect your quest will have its merits, even if you don't meet any of the Realm Keepers. That's true. I bet you and Ria will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Ria to build her a greatsword of her own. So a regular-sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing, guts and bravery are something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah. Speaking of practice, you're going on that quest too, Alfie. I am. Aura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a lottle. Do you think she's going to drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me. Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky-as-heck solution that no person in the history of Dragonkind would ever have thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane air echo by your side to pull you out of the water, if he can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well... mostly I think he's sad, and sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all, anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out, if you're looking. You taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe? I think he might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex. No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. Andu will be waiting for you. On a completely different note, Kair, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a lot of little time to stick around. So you'd say you like it here. It's not too bad here. Thought maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. Ain't that air echo. I'll get her something from the market, or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You'd mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. Ha. Ha. No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean? I could gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. Ooh. You've got away with her family members, and the snails would love you. Have to agree, you'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but... a fun chaotic mess. Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Wait, we have more information about Fable. A hidden talent for being able to read other people extremely well. Despite their anxiety, they know what to say in serious situations and go out of their way to help people in need. Turns out a little bit of positive feedback and validation is enough motivation to chase their dreams of adventuring. Oh. That's sweet. Oh no. Carolyn, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragon. Or bye. Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Care. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. Oh. Andu feeding time. My goodness. To be fair, Archie kind of did just invite himself on the quest, so... You know. He didn't really check in with anyone. He was just like, I'm coming too. It's like, oh. That was pretty rude. Okay. Andu is the best character in this game so far. He's great. I think Scully is second best. And obviously I have a soft spot for Aura and Melly. Like they remind me of people that I know. Oh, hello. Who are you two? Oh my god, power couple of the century. Look at them. Oh my god, is she like a slime girl? I'm obsessed. Stop. And this guy is just Wukong from League of Legends. But like, jock version. Hello? Monster Prom cameos? Is that what this is? Hi, Coco. We've never played Monster Prom, so... I knew we took the right path. Who said we can't road trip all by ourselves? Liam did, I think. I think that was perhaps a rhetorical question. Whoa, dude, didn't see you there. What's up? The sky, last time I checked. It better be. It'd be very confusing otherwise. Very true. Is this your crib? It is indeed. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Inn. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Pollygeist and the goodest of boys, Scott Howell. Oh, okay. And together, we are the Prank Masters. With a Z. Woo. Pleasure to meet you. I'm your humble innkeeper. Ghosty girl Polly. Oh, she's a ghost. I was like, this is giving like slime, but okay, I can see ghost now. Awesome. What drinks do you serve? Oof, yeah, we're in desperate need of some booze. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't serve booze. What? Why? I get it. The age rating system is quite harsh on such things. And I've got to keep the place open somehow. I feel you. We've all got some burdens to carry. What else have you got? Magical beverages that can enhance your abilities. It's even rumored they might influence your fate. I mean, Monster Prom, Monster High, same thing, right? Whoa, that's so cool, dude. Like an influencer, but for fate. A fate-fluencer. That would go so hard on Momentgram. Goes pretty hard here as well. Bet. Innkeep, please influence our fate before I get bored. I'm feeling incredibly depleted from this weird AF trip. Sounds like you're in dire need of some stamina. Though, I think you could use something a bit stronger than usual. Dope, give me your strongest potion. Technically, never mind. Okay, so what does she want? Strength. But something like... I don't know. I feel like we have to go with the brawler. The sailor one just doesn't feel right to serve. A funky drink for a funky gal. Let's see. Whoa, this is good. Very good. So good I don't even miss the booze. Shout out to this diva and her emotional support himbo. No, really? No, really? Well, maybe a little bit. I'll take that as a compliment. Try this, Scott. Woo, that tickles. Just like pickle juice. So, Scott Howell, would you like a drink as well? Nah. But you could tell us where we are and what cool things we can check out around here. You're in Zenith, in the Republic of Fizoa. Are you lost? Nope. At least not as long as we're having a blast. You do seem slightly out of this world, though. Ooh. Maybe you're onto something, potion seller. You know, we were road tripping, supposed to be on the trip of our lives, when something weird happened. We were about to take the next turn at a crossroads, and then whoosh, a portal opened up, and I couldn't hit the brakes in time. Yeah, we drove straight through and ended up on a gravel road. Everything seemed different and dated. So dated. Dated? Duh. Oh, hold on. I think I missed part of that. Oh, no, not. I've seen and done plenty of weird stuff, but this is a different kind of weird. So, weird. No cars, only carriages and stuff. Cars? Yes. You mean carts? Kinda. More like carriages, but without the horsies. I'm afraid I've got no clue what you're talking about. I don't think cars exist here, Scott. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now that makes sense that my phone has no signal either. Well, it makes sense. We landed in the past. Whoa, does that mean we time traveled? Oh no. Yeah. That's so cool. I doubt time travel is possible. Sounds more like you participated in inter-universal travel. Which is rare, but happens occasionally. Wait. So what you're saying is we are super special and lucky to have participated in such an event? Likely. Dope. This is a sign, Scott. The universe sent us here to wreak havoc. Awoo! The prank masters will strike again. Soon, after a nap. Can we take a nap, Polly? Good idea. Hey, funky magic mystery pal, you better get to writing that tour guide. I'll see what I can do. Good. Do you have a room for us? Of course. I've got a room upstairs. Just ignore the scratching sounds and leaking water by the iron door. Don't worry, we've seen worse than that. We've got plenty of experience with sea monsters. Always hyped to meet more. See you in a bit, Innkeep. Come on, Scott. Let's hit the sheets. Okay. Maybe I should add some do not enter signs. Oh no. So do we have, like, their profiles now? No, we don't. Okay. Interesting. Baya! Hello. Glad to see you, Baya. Thank you for having me. Now, that... Is your friend's dispute still ailing you? Still so lonely. Lonely. I came to ask. Have you sent someone to help my friends? I did, actually. You did. Yes, I sent Fable and Aura to solve the dispute. Ooh. Then let's hope they'll be friends again soon, so we can have tea parties again. And I can stop being lonely. At least people are visiting my spa. That's good. Thank you for handing out my coupons. Oh, gosh. Did I hear spa? Yes. Doesn't that sound like something, Scott? Woo, I love spa things. Now, are you our tour guide, sweet bog creature? Tour guide? Do you want to visit my spa? These two are Polly Geist and Scott Howell. They're currently looking for entertainment and a way back home, but entertainment first, obviously. It's getting incredibly boring here. No offense, funky magic mystery pal. None taken. Where is your home? In a portal or something. Yeah, we came through a portal, which in itself is pretty rad. But we've had the medieval tavern experience and all. It was good while it lasted, but it's time to move on. Move on to my spa. Something like that. Which makes me think, Baya, do you think you could help them find a way back home? Of course. You can do that? But first you have to visit my spa. Nothing easier than that. I'm in need of a facial anyway. The air here is so dry. My bog water is especially moisturizing. Wait. Does that mean we finally get to go skinny dipping in some hot springs? Oh yes, absolutely. My hot springs are the best. Cool, so a pit stop at your spa and then a road trip back home. You joining us for the ride, sweet blog creature? Please say yes. We'll see. I first show you the portal and my spa. If you bring them to the portal, you could take a ride with them through it. Might help you with your loneliness. You think so? Yes. No one's lonely on a ride with the prank masters. I'll think about it. Which portal do you want to take? The one through Avalon, full of dreams and forests? Or the one through the Twilight Chasm, a place full of dread and weird fishes? Ooh, the Twilight Chasm sounds spooky. I love spooky. I love dreams. They're so weird. Like that one dream I had where I was my own dad. Where should I lead them, innkeeper? Well, a trip through the nightmare realm sure sounds fun. Nightmares? Heck yeah, I haven't had one of those in a while. Sounds dope. Make sure you don't lose your minds, though. No promises. Can't wait to show you my mud masks. Can't wait to show you the world, sweet bog creature. My name is Baya. Then let's hit the road, Baya. Enjoy your trip and safe travels. Goodbye, potion seller. See ya. Goodbye, innkeeper. I think they are gonna turn Baya into an Instagram influencer. I'm glad Baya could find a little comfort in those peculiar visitors, at least. I'm excited to hear the story she'll tell when she gets back. I love Baya. She's so silly. She just is so silly. Okay. Come hell or high water. Oh boy. I think before we start this day, I want to run the ads just so that they're not done in the middle of this. So we're gonna do that really quick, take a little break. I have to run to the bathroom anyway. And then when we come back, we will continue our silly little game. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. On to this next chapter. Let's do it. Okay. I kind of want to see Baya's Instagram, honestly. That'd be so cute. Hi, Grace. Good evening, Innkeeper. I don't really like her. I don't know what it is about her. Maybe it's just like I'm not really a fan of Hex and like her by default. Like I don't know. Good evening, Grace. Could I ask you for a drink? Anytime. What can I do you for? I'm pretty spent. Do you have something that will keep my mind awake for a little longer? I could go with one of those. I should have something that could do just that. One moment. Brain power, huh? Well, let's do a sparkling nebula. That one's pretty straightforward. Perfect. A drink for the mind and soul. Enjoy. Thank you. This is just what I needed. Why are you still so tired? I thought you were done with your thesis. I am, which also means I need to figure out what to do next. The possibilities are endless, but not boundless, so considerations are a complicated endeavor. Have you considered a break? I have. Say, Innkeeper, if you had forever, what would you do with it? I've never thought about that before. I'd like being an innkeeper, so I could just keep doing this forever. It's relaxing and safe, and I get to meet the most wonderful people and wizards all day. Forever is a really long time. Isn't there anything else you would like to do? I want to travel. Really? Where to? Anywhere, really. See the world, the forests, the seas. Stop by each of the 5 interplanar portals and see what all the hype is about. Would you go through? I'm not sure. I was thinking more about having a picnic and a conversation nearby, maybe a nap. I could rate them by which fruits grow around them. Now you're making me curious. Will you send me your studies? You'll be the first to know. What would you do with immortality? I would learn everything there is to learn, every language, instrument, skill, and facet of mortal existence. I would travel the plains with my brother and learn even more, have an infinite amount of tea parties. I'd come to those. When we were little, Hex would always make all the stuffed animals dance around our little tea table. We didn't have money for music boxes, so he just made up songs for them to dance to. He sang them to me. If I had the time, I would love to write down all those songs and invent dances for them. You should make time for that. It's your time after all. And besides, while you don't have forever, you do have quite a lot. An elven lifespan is nothing to scoff at, even if you only get half. Not if you got the human side of the lifespan. Oh, that's less time. It is, but I'll make the most of it. What will you do next, then? I'm not sure yet. I was thinking about going to Asphodel, the capital of the Magocracy. I heard the libraries there are 60 stories tall and rivers float through the sky in an exuberant display of mana. Sounds like paradise for someone like you. Yes, but Hex really wants to stay here. He likes Phazoia, Zenith, the Ashen Grove. I think he likes how quiet it is, if you would believe it. I don't think he'd like the bustle of it all. You could just go without him. There's a Magocracy embassy in Zoford. Their teleportation is expensive, but reliable. I don't think he wants to go back to Zoford either, and I won't make him. He could teleport himself then. He really shouldn't. It's quite a long distance and he's always been awful at teleportation. He could take a ship. I appreciate the effort, but I don't think a ship would help make the distance acceptable to him. He's always going to follow me, no matter where I go. I think he doesn't want to miss out on any adventures or celebrations. Or funerals. You could just tell him you want to go alone. But then he'd be alone too. Just talk to him, Grace. I don't want to spend our time together fighting. I just don't want him to spend it mourning me either. You should tell him that. He'll have enough time to mourn you when you're gone. Unlike life, that never ends. I suppose you're right. I'd like to leave something he can remember me by. Maybe I'll build my own wizard tower. Please do. I love those. Wait, what's this information we just got about her? She's a half-elf, but she inherited the human lifespan while Hex inherited the elven one. Grace is always reminded of her mortality, and it scares her. She doesn't want to take breaks because she feels that would waste her precious time. She also doesn't like how Hex tries to shelter her. Did you hear about the one on Morlia, near Dalwell? The one with the infamous Magocracy fugitive? The very same. It seems that its wizard has disappeared without a trace, leaving his tower vacant. I've always wanted to stop by for tea, but I don't want to be rude and intrusive, so I haven't. I wonder what he left behind. I'm sure it's a collection of fascinations and impossibilities. Ooh. Love their sibling relationship. A wizard from the Magocracy has abandoned his tower. The wizard's location is unknown, but he seems to be gone for good. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Couldn't you just teleport in to check? You can't exactly teleport in and out of well-protected places all willy-nilly. You might end up trapped or on a whole different plane. You put potatoes in the oven for lunch? Yeah! That's so good. Sorry, I had like what felt like a sneeze, and then it wasn't a sneeze, and then it lied to me. It was like, yeah, you definitely have a sneeze. And I was like, and then it wasn't there. And I was like, why? That's so rude of you. Oh my god. You might. Maybe that's what happened to the wizard. Maybe. No one seems to know what happened to him or who he even was, and no one seems interested in finding out either. Isn't that sad? A little. I don't want to disappear like that. You won't. I'll tell your story for as long as I'm around. How long is that? For as long as this world will bear me. Girl, let me sneeze. Yeah, exactly. It's like, please, why are you doing this to me? Sobbing. Oh my gosh. You're very easy to bear. Thank you, Grace. Would you like to stay a little while? Please, I find your inn truly inspiring. I'll be here if you need a rubber duck. I'm counting on it. Fable! And Aura! Hiya, innkeeper. Hiya, you two. A drink, please. Or two, actually. Sure thing. Actually, what name are we on right now? Well, Aura is still fine. Come on, that was a whole week ago. I was busy. Want to come up with a new one now, then? Can I come up with one? Sure. How about... Kumo? I feel like you look like a Kumo. It fits. He is just as stealthy as a spider. And just as cute. I'll take your word for it. Our drinks, can we get them now? Of course, what would you like? Something sweet, bubbly maybe. If you can find something that... you know. Sure, I'll see if I can find the words you're looking for. Are we doing another spoken heart for you? Is it just a spoken heart? It is. The usual then. I know how much you like this one. There you go. Liquid charisma for those in need. Maybe you should try it then. Do you want to send it back? No, it's good. Glad to hear that. Fable, what can I get you? Something that would make me feel like I could lift 1,000 clouds? Like I've got the strength of a dragon. Or something like that. Carolyn always says it's pretty tasty. I see. A Carolyn special then. Something strong. Something that I would make for Carolyn. Probably this one then. There we go. A regular's favorite for another regular. Thank you. It's delicious as usual. That's what I like to hear. I didn't notice. By the way, what's up with your hair? Oh, well... It's braided. Do you need glasses? No, it just looks different. So? Well... It's okay. You don't have to like it. I do, though. Kumo braided it for me. Oh. He helped me calm down after we encountered the Mary Morgan. But I should probably start at the beginning, right? I'd appreciate that. Alright, so... What happened at the beginning? The ship to Boreas. Right. I was a bit worried about the journey we were embarking on. After all, the seas around Boreas are famously hard to traverse. With all the wild magic around it and all. But just before we left Zenith, we ran into Una in the midst of an arm wrestling match against Inako. We took the opportunity to ask her for advice. Thought maybe she had traveled there before. You could have also asked me. She was closer. Right. Did she have any good advice? She did. With her help, we were able to avoid all of the dangerous maelstroms, sea stacks, and iceberg elementals. That must have made for a very relaxing journey. It did. It was very inspiring, too. We were able to see the dancing, colorful auroras in the night sky as we drew closer. They were starless, but still breathtakingly gorgeous. I even started on a new song. It wasn't ready to be shared yet, though. I just wanted a sneak peek. Well, you should have snuck better. A new song. Can I hear it? It's not done yet. Thanks to Una, we made it to Boreas a lot faster than we had planned. We also docked far away from the typical explorer's route. It was completely abandoned by everything but nature, as if no one but us had ever been there before. Kind of exciting. Very adventurous for sure. As we headed inland, we were quickly swallowed by the fog that engulfs almost the whole island. It moved in strange patterns, creating unidentifiable forms within the mist that hungered for life. The thickets rustled as we walked by, whether moved by wind or by creatures we couldn't tell. The trees were shaped strangely, with shimmering portals forming in their empty husks. Our own quiet breaths were often interrupted by shrill shrieking sounds that seemed to come from right above us. It was almost idyllic. Or scary. It was mostly scary. I wouldn't have minded strolling around until we ran into something roaming the island, but it was a little cold. So, I found a local to ask for directions. While wandering around, we came across a clearing surrounded by tall trees. Or rather, one tree. All of them were connected, intertwined with one another. Through one of their twisted connections, a waterfall with no discernible origin was flowing into a small pond. And in its midst rested a nymph. A real nymph. Bathing? She was weaving flower crowns for the fish. She was beautiful, with long black hair and skin that glistened in the sunlight being reflected off the waterfall. Her eyes were like sparkling gemstones and her smile was full of kindness. She was alright, but also the only person around. So Fable asked her for directions? No, Fable asked her about everything but directions. I asked her for directions. She was very helpful. She even gave us a gift. A gift? That's sweet. He gave us earplugs against the Banshee's song, so our bones wouldn't shatter. Very helpful. Did you offer to write her a jingle in return? I did. She said if we were to survive the encounter with the Banshee, I could come back and she'd think of what she'd need a jingle for. Oh. She was thinking about setting up a dragonfly exhibition, so maybe for that. I know, Fable meeting a nymph is so cute. Like, that's so, like, part of her storyline. Who would she even advertise to? Frogs? And toads. The Banshee was our first priority. So we stealthily made our way to the Lonesome Lagoon with earplugs in our ears. We mostly walked and talked about our favorite dragonflies. As we finally approached the Lonesome Lagoon, the thick mist enveloped us. It suddenly became so cold we could see our own ragged breaths. And then we heard it, a song filled with all the sorrow of a world compressed into a single note. It sounded really nice. There was so much emotion in that song. Sadness, longing, yearning, anger. We wanted to be polite and wait until she was done singing, but she just kept going, like tears that wouldn't stop. So I decided to be a little rude, stepped forward and said hello. They said, "Hello, Banshee, I really like your song." That confused the Banshee so much that she stopped. She smiled, bearing a row of deadly sharp teeth. She was very nice, actually. She asked if we wanted to steal from her lagoon. When we said no, she invited us to sing along. Did you? Of course. It was kind of fun. It was, and I thought, what better time to bring up the Mary Morgan but now? So I led with, I bet you do this with your girlfriend all the time, right? She suddenly looked at me with a hatred and anger, then just started screaming. I was very thankful for the earplugs at that moment. I think without them, my bones might have melted. That was our cue to leave, so I pulled Fable back into the thicket of the Borean forest. Obviously, we couldn't just leave it at that failure, so we looked around for a peace offering. We found some spiky pink fruits with a pattern of little ghost tortoises on them. We thought she might like them. She liked them enough to stop screaming at us, and we sat down on the side of the lagoon to talk. It's beautiful, by the way. Right in the middle is the giant portal to the Twilight Chasm. It colors the waters this deep, dark blue with swirling clouds of darkness within. There were bones floating in the lagoon, too. I almost brought one for your tavern. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. I love bones. I'll keep that in mind for the future. The Banshee actually fished out some bones to fidget with. It stopped her from screaming every time she brought up the Mary Morgan. Or Marmor, as she calls her. Turns out the Mary Morgan had been ignoring all of her calls. Ever since the Banshee was crowned Gaia's scariest monster by Screech magazine. She told us it carved a hole in their relationship, that it caused a lot of jealousy. And she was disappointed the Mary Morgan cared more about some stupid popularity contest than her. We asked her if she wanted to talk about it with the Mary Morgan herself. But she said that she didn't need to apologize for being scary. She was very thankful she got to talk about it, though. She was holding it all in because she didn't want to burden Baya with all the drama. She even offered for us to spend the night at her nearby cave, which was really nice of her. Did you end up taking a nap at her lair? We thought about it, but it was filled to the brim with the riches of the dead, which was far too alluring to allow us to fall to the call of sleep. You found loot? You have my attention. What did you find? Gold, bones, skulls, jewels of all sizes. And a loot. It was broken, but I picked it up anyway. There was also a delicate silver mirror that had hearts carved all over it. Kuma recognized it as magical from its arcane markings. Melina showed me them in a book the other day, when the wizard and Zofrid showed us around his library. It was a mirror of far speech. It lets you speak to anyone on this plane, given that you've seen them before. So you called Melly? No, we called the Mary Morgan. Ah, that makes more sense. How did it go? Well, I had to be the one to make the call since Kuma had never met her. When her face appeared, all I could do was stare in horror as she gazed back at me. I felt like I was back in the Ashen Grove, leading adventurers to their doom, and I just froze. I took the mirror out of their hands. Her first words were threats of what she would do to us if we had dared to harm the Banshee. Of course we hadn't. That briefly calmed her down. Until I asked her why she wasn't here if she was so worried about the Banshee's well-being. Avoiding the question, she instead talked to us about the state of the lagoon. She complained that it must be incredibly loud with all the tourists and whatnot. I assured her that there were no tourists, at least none that were alive. So, she asked what I was doing in the lair then. Honestly, I replied that the Banshee had offered us a place to stay in her cave. I quickly realized that I had picked the wrong thing to say. Her eyes started bleeding black ichor and she began cursing us out in tongues. The mirror cracked under her gaze and started bleeding black water. It was terrifying. And then we were just supposed to sleep there as if she couldn't crawl out of the mirror any second. After that happened, I thought that we shouldn't discuss our further plans in that cave. So I pulled Fable aside and we went for a walk. The nymph had mentioned this enchanted flower field where she collects flowers for the fish. So we went there. Thought it might be a good spot. It was a good spot. Even though I couldn't stop shaking for a while, though the flowers really helped. As did not being alone. Was that when Kuma braided your hair? It was, yes. My hair kept falling in my face and it was overwhelming me. So he sat me down and braided it away while I worked on rebuilding the loot. He said that some distraction would help. Talking also really helped. Even if I asked a lot of stupid questions. They weren't stupid, just curious. Did you have a favorite one? They asked where I learned to braid hair. That actually brought us further on our quest. How so? Well, I learned it from my mother. It's the only thing I feel I have left of her. It was her way of apologizing. She was never very good with words. It made me think. Sometimes people aren't very direct with what they mean. I've heard of that, yes. Like the Mary Morgan. She didn't seem angry about the Banshee outdoing her in some fear pageant. She didn't even mention it once. She only got upset when she thought we had hurt the Banshee. Or when she thought we were tourists, or when we said we were staying in that cave. She was jealous of something entirely different, like from some issue of Screech magazine. We talked it through and decided we had to get the two of them to talk face to face. Obviously, it would be difficult because of the distance, but I'd taken the mirror with me when we left, thought it might be useful. Ever the thief. Indeed, I used it to call Baya. I asked her to tell the Mary Morgan to come to Boreas. Fable mentioned she can teleport via plants, however that works. She can. You should try it out. It's nauseating. I think we'll pass. While I went to talk to the Banshee, Kuma picked up the Mary Morgan. She and I really connected on eyeliner techniques. When we arrived at the lagoon, they were immediately ready to claw at each other's throats. And not in a fun way. But somehow we managed to convince them to sit down. We tried to get them to talk about their feelings, but they just kept talking past and over and away from each other, arguing about an issue that didn't exist. So I had this crazy idea. I took out my new lute and asked them if they wanted to write a song together. They declined and insisted their voices would clash, but I thought at the very least it would stop them from arguing. Kuma helped me convince them by summoning tiny rain clouds pitter-pattering in a gentle melodic rhythm to inspire them to give it a try. We asked them to put all of their emotions about the whole situation into a song. In the end, they harmonized together perfectly, like their voices were made for each other in the gentle hum of my lute. It was beautiful. And a little bone-shattering, but very romantic. Most importantly, the song finally got them to understand each other. Like Kumo had suspected, the Mary Morgan was scared, not jealous, now that the Banshee was so popular. She feared the Banshee would become really busy with tourists visiting all the time. She assumed she wouldn't have time for her anymore. But the Banshee assured her she doesn't care about any of the tourists. Only about the Mary Morgan, and Baya, of course. We told them to talk to her, too, and mentioned how much she had been missing them. They agreed to meet for a tea party in the Ashen Grove, so Baya doesn't have to travel too far. Did you invite them to your barbecue? No. After the outpouring of emotions, they wanted some time for themselves. The quest was done. It had only taken us 2 days, which was really efficient. Unfortunately, we had told the ship to pick us up in 3 days, so we were trapped on the island. You swam back? What? No. What's wrong with you? The usual. We started brainstorming about what we could do while we waited. So I asked about that cheesecake recipe. But then I realized there wasn't anywhere to bake it. They don't have any taverns on Boreas. It was a stupid idea. It wasn't. Somewhere on the island had to be something to bake a cheesecake in. Did you find that something? We did, but it turned into its own small quest. First, we had to find the right place for our little adventure. We met these lovely gnomes living in their little mushroom houses, and they offered to let us use their ovens. But they were too small, so they introduced us to the local Toad Hill giant. Its kitchen was enormous, but it was easier to work in than one that was too small. Then the gnomes, the nymph, and the giant helped us gather ingredients from all across the island. So we were able to make enough cheesecake for everybody. I burned mine a bit. But when we made the second batch for the ship's crew, they were already starting to turn out better. Kuma is a really good teacher. And you're a really good student. Thank you. The cake really lifted the crew's spirits on the journey back. We agreed to teach them the recipe once we hit land. Afterwards, they invited us to the captain's birthday party. They even introduced us to a traveling obelisk who sang us a song of the ancients. It showed us a shortcut through the Ryolith's mountain range where we met some flaming songbirds. Now you're here. And now we're here. I'm glad you came back. Of course we did. I promised a good story. And you delivered tenfold. Where are you two going next? I should probably talk to Melina. She was pretty mad when I left. I guess I should apologize while I still can. Good idea. You want me to come with you? No, I think I need to do this alone, or rather, with her. And I have to check in on Rufus, too. Maybe Hex taught her some fun magic tricks in the meantime. You left her with Hex? And with Grace. Don't worry, nothing was set on fire. I should go. But before I go... do you maybe want to do something together later today? Or tomorrow, like, a thing? Grace is like, hi, yeah, I'm also here. She is. Oh, like hanging out together? We could totally play charades with the werewolves. I think he meant hanging out as in a date. Are we... Heyo? I mean... Did you... Maybe I did. Oh. Why is he Kumo? That's his new name. Fable gave it to him. That sounds really fun. Cool, I'll pick you up or I'll see you around or whatever. I'll see you. I'm looking forward to it. Me too. I love the interjections from this little thing, by the way, that it keeps making these random, like, noises. It's just like, bleh, like, it's adorable. It's so cute. He asked me on a date. He did. That's... Oh, what do I do now? Do you think Archie has books on dating? Or should I ask the Hydra for advice? It probably knows about dating, right? Archie is still on his quest, and I'm right here. You're right. What should I do? Let's go. See where it takes you. Or where he takes you. Hopefully somewhere nice. I do feel safe with him, so maybe I should try trusting this more. Mostly, I think you should just be honest with him. He seems to like you for who you are, so there's no need to hide. That's the scary thing. Why does he feel that way? Because you're very lovely? People keep saying that. But sometimes I just feel a lot lovelier hiding, you know? To me, it sounded like it's perhaps a bit too late for that. Sorry for listening in. You two were just very sweet. It's okay. I also thought it was very sweet. He was very sweet. But now that he's gone, I have time to think again. And I'm not sure if it was supposed to be that type of sweet anymore. Maybe he was just being nice? He asked you on a date because he was just being nice? Well, maybe. He felt bad for me or something. Innkeeper, dear, I think Fable might be in need of another drink. Maybe something to untangle their thoughts. Something for a quick escape from all his overthinking. That sounds good. I'll see what I can do. Fable, I know! They're really trying their best. They're trying so hard. I want to see if we have any others that fall under this. I don't think we do. I think the Swift Strike is the only one. There we go. Does this help? Very much so, thank you. I feel like now I can uncurl the yarn ball that is my brain. What do you think I should do? What do you want to do? I want to go on our date, and I want to get to know him better. Maybe even get him to know me better, too. Do you think he would like that? I think so, yes. It seems like you don't need our answers. You have yours already. Sometimes I just feel like I need permission to listen to my heart. Did you know you can give that permission to yourself? I forget that every time. But I know you're right. I think I know what to do now, somewhat. But I'll figure the rest out. What do we have? With their budding faith in themselves, they are beginning to enjoy new things instead of being terrified of them. They're learning how to play an instrument, performing songs, and actually letting people close. This process will still take some time, but they've come a long way already. Thank you for listening to me. I think sometimes that's all I really need when I'm scared. There's nothing wrong with being scared, as long as you don't run from the things that make you happy. You're right. It took me a while to realize that. Running is so easy, you know? You always know where to go. Away. But staying, you have to actually look at yourself, figure out what your part is in everything. That can be a lot. But when I was on the journey back from Boreas, dancing with Kumo to the music of the Navigator's fiddle, thinking about how I would have never gotten to that point if I hadn't put myself out there, I realized that life is so much more than a constant game of hide and seek from the things that truly mean something. And I decided to stop running from life, even if I'm scared. I want to do my best to face my problems. Even though it's terrifying, I know that I'm not alone. Is this still about Kumo? No, he was never a problem. He's one of the reasons I'm not alone. Just like you. With good friends by my side, I can do anything. I can't wait to see what you'll do. It might not be as impressive as you hope, but it will be me, and I'm excited about that. Oh, me too. Do it scared, Fable. Yes! I'm really proud of you, Fable. Thank you for everything, especially the great advice. That was really great advice. Maybe you should take some of it too, Grace. Maybe you should. Spicy. But we all conquer life at our own pace. My personal next Goliath is going to be reapplying my lip gloss. And maybe some blush. I do feel a little pale. Can I borrow a mirror for a bit, innkeeper? Of course. There are some free rooms and mirrors upstairs, right next to the acorn chimes. Just ignore the doors with the do not enter signs. You shouldn't have said that. Now I want to check. Please don't. I won't. I'm polite. Or am I? Let's hope she won't find all the nightmare creatures you have locked up there. Let's. Have you ever visited the Twilight Chasm? Not for long enough to capture any creatures. I see. What are you thinking about, innkeeper? Oh, you know, innkeeper things. I don't. No, I mean, since I'm not an innkeeper and all. Right. That song you mentioned, the one you started writing on the ship. I know it's not done yet, but how about a little sneak peek? To see if it would make for a good jingle. I don't think it's jingle material, but I don't mind sharing it with you. Just keep in mind that it's a work in progress. Of course. There's a calling on the wind, beneath the talk of the keep. I've heard the tales, set the sails, now it's time for me to leave. That sounds like a fragment of a great adventure. So you like it? It's wonderful. I can't wait to hear more. Me too. But it's still a little rough around the edges. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe the next adventure. Maybe. Will you let me know when it's done? Of course! I can't wait to show you the finished version. Thank you, Fable. I'm proud of you. For maybe finally finishing a song? For not running. Oh, thank you. Me too. Innkeeper, do you ever think about taking your own advice? All the time, yes. Why don't you? I don't know. It's hard, I know, but I promise I believe in you as much as you believe in me. And I know we'll both be okay. I would like that. Me too. Well, I've talked a lot today. I'll give you some space. Maybe it's time to stop running. Should I? Is it time to read that letter? Yeah. Let's do it. That was easy. I guess I've been wanting to for a while. Let's hope for no regrets. My dearest friend, long has it been since we've talked last. Long has it been since everything has been seared away by the cold flames of death. I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's waning memory. I can only imagine how you've enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did for a brief moment in these 30 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kindly remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our reunion, I invite you to the spectacle of this century, the last day of the astral moon, welcoming the first light of the dying moon, where the realm of Tuat is just a grasp away. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of what they might tell you? Worry not, I'll be right there. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. See you soon, an old friend. Ooh. That was... I guess you've always been a fan of symbolism. But you didn't even leave an address. Very irresponsible. Hi! Why do you look traumatized? Pardon? No time. Duck. Now. Huh? What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need help? Healing? Something's coming. Something big. Your next show? What? No. There's no time. Duck. Is the ground... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are we underwater? Is everyone alright? I think so. Yes. Phew, that was a close call. Could have been really dangerous. What just happened? Why is there water outside the tavern? I'd also like to know the answer to that question. I've got no clue. I was just outside by the woods, drafting my newest song when the ground beneath my feet began to rumble. Not even a minute passed and it rumbled again. Then, a wall of water came rushing towards me. I didn't even dare to wait. I ran immediately, looking for shelter. No way I was gonna let my hay gum get wet. These strings are made of real Chabian silk, and the body's ethereal bamboo. It's a rarity. That's the first thing going through your mind with a giant wave rushing right at you? Of course. The instrument is just as valuable as my hands. And just as versatile. Oh my god. Stop. Is everyone alright? Grace! Dragons, you're alright. I was worried something had happened to you. Oh, don't worry. When the wall started rumbling, I hid under a table, and then I watched the water rush by the window. It was like a tsunami, but tsunamis are very rare, if not impossible, so far into the mainland. Right. It's so strange. Everything seems to be submerged out there. I wonder what could cause such a cataclysm. It's worrying, to say the least. And it's definitely too dangerous to go outside. Even the tavern is leaking. Don't worry, it'll withstand. Are you sure? I'm sure. I've gotten through worse than this. You? I meant it's gotten through worse than this. Wouldn't have thought I could withstand this sort of thing, but even more so glad it can. Seems to be a simple yet very sturdy tavern after all. Just like you, innkeeper. Are you flirting with the innkeeper? Pah, me? No. Also, that's beside the point. Is it? I mean, unless... I like to work my body. Helps in a lot of aspects. Can we get back to the point, please? Yeah, sure. The point. Right, back to the point. Did you see exactly what happened? Not really. I was listening to the whistle of the wind in the treetops, jotting down notes for my next song. When suddenly a horde of silver-crested deer rushed past me. Before they could trample over me, I jumped up on the rock I was sitting on and watched them gallop downhill. Then I saw water break through the canopies, snapping trees in half like they were shashlik skewers. I don't know what half these words that he's saying mean. I wasted no second. I turned on my heel, knowing I'd be done for if I waited just a moment longer. Then, I was here and told you to duck. That sounds horrible. Are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, thanks. And anyways, with whom do I have the pleasure? I'm Grace. Nice to meet you, Grace. Oh my, you're Voyage, aren't you? The silver-tongued virtuoso. Yes, that would be me. My apologies, I didn't mean to push any boundaries. But I saw you perform at Dropstone Institute's campus that one time. And I must say, you pulled on all my heartstrings with your beautiful performance. Oh. I did that? Yes, I was awestruck by what your music could do. It was like magic in its very own way. Music can be very soothing in moments of distress. Were you distressed back then? A little. I don't remember exactly why anymore, but I remember the emotion. But not more distressed than I am right now. I hope Hex is safe and well. I'm sure he is. Shoot! Did you see that creature swim by? What? Where? It looked like a red-winged eel. Oh? Haven't seen one of those in ages. Where is its natural habitat? Actually, the Twilight Chasm. Why is it here? Oh, did they do portal nonsense? Something isn't right. I'm afraid you might be correct. I'm also afraid, very much so. I don't think it's safe to go outside. Of course not. You should all stay for the night. Would that be possible? Of course. The tavern will withstand this, and a bit of company wouldn't hurt. I agree. Thank you, innkeeper. Say, you with the lute, what's your name? Fable. My name is Fable. Do you play? The lute, I mean? Sometimes. I'm still practicing and not all that good with it yet. How about we play together, a song or two to lift our spirits and wait on the catastrophe going on outside? It's very untuned. It goes out of tune really quickly. But I guess that's a loot thing. I gotcha. Show it to me. I'll help you and then we'll jam until a new dawn rises. What did we get about Voy? Even though he's charismatic, he's surprisingly bad with people, as well as reading between the lines. Despite being self-conscious about his skills, he still chose to play songs together with Fable after the flood, to lift everyone's spirits. He's also got a heigum made out of ethereal bamboo and chabean silk. Incredible. Oh. Very interesting. Oh wow, we are really just underwater, huh? What time is it? It's 3:19. We've been live for like 3 hours. I think that's a really good spot to maybe stop for the day. I'm really curious to like find out what happens, but like I think that's a good spot to end for today anyways. So I think that's gonna be what we do. Thursday we've got stream in the evening. We're gonna be playing Mina the Hollower again. Because we want to keep going with that game, but it'll be like an evening stream and it'll be a little bit shorter because we have a meeting right afterwards, and also we have work in the morning, so like we can't obviously start until we get home from work. So but Thursday there will be a stream. It just might be a little shorter, and then also Sunday we have a stream, and that one should be normal-ish timing and stuff. And we'll be playing some League of Legends, so that's pretty fun. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but that was really fun. I'm really excited to see like where this goes based on everything. Like, why are we underwater? I have so many questions. I feel like it has something to do with with Polly and Scott. Like maybe the portal thing that they were talking, because they were talking about going to the Twilight Chasm with Baya, right? But also the Banshee and the Mary Morgan were there too. So like, I don't know. Is this all just like a huge like oopsie? Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens next. I'm loving this game though. It's super duper fun and I'm really enjoying it a lot. So yeah. Other than that, if you're not in the socials, if you're not following the social media, you should do that. And if you're not in the Discord, you should also do that. And other than that, I don't really have anything else to say, but I hope you guys are going to have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna also go get some food. I know there's leftover pizza in the fridge, so I might have that. But yeah. Bye everyone. See you later.